brought a few things, but I really wanted to, knowing that you're taking all these photos, I wanted to share a photo I have of a dragonfly. It was an amazing picture. It just came out perfectly. And I thought it would be nice for the theme that I came with today, which is a summer. Summer is so close. And I thought it would be a happy theme. I used to walk a lot in a local park, and this is an event that happened to me one day. So walking along the trail and coming toward me was a dog who all of a sudden veered off into the woods and barked madly. And I'd had no idea what was going on until I did. This is what happened. It's called an eruption of ducklings. The dog barks on the trail up ahead, nosing into the wood, his leash stretched to its limits. A squirrel, I'm thinking, but when I reach that spot, I'm startled instead by an eruption of ducklings. This fumbling flurry of yellow fluff, a convoy, unaccompanied, unattended, tumbles from the tall grass, scrambles onto the path, a rumpled, feathered, muddled, adorable jumble of baby birds, disheveled in apparent disarray. They scurry ahead, forming a huddle, binding together and disengaging, separating and recombining in conspicuous confusion. Lickety-split, 11 ducklings plop into the pond, paddling for all they're worth, a delightfully ducky skedaddling. Their seemingly must tussle, I'm convinced, is actually a finely orchestrated distraction, instinctive defense designed to foil potential predators, such as this disconcerted wanderer, too startled and charmed to capture anything but a smattering of haphazard and fuzzy photos. And along the same lines, photographic frustration is a common theme in many of my films. I have another photograph, if you can see it. It's a bunch of lily pads with nothing on them. I learned while kayaking that all those things that I watched in cartoons as a child, napping on lily pads, they really do that. You will find frogs and you will find turtles napping on lily pads in real life. I always thought it was a cartoon. But this was my experience of finding something napping on a lily pad. I call it Napus interruptus. Hard to say who was more surprised, that startled turtle I'd snapped from his afternoon nap, or me, finding him suddenly beside me, befuddled, described snoozing out cold on a lily pad as I paddled slowly by. And yet, still too swift to be captured by my camera, he left behind only this meager, worthless poem. And I have one more. A friend of mine sent me a photograph that she had taken. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a leaf suspended in midair, or so it seems. She said, you have to write a poem about this. She did explain to me, she didn't capture it perfectly in midair. It was actually captured first in a spider's web as it was falling. In the middle of summer, crossing the bridge, she comes upon this leaf suspended in midair. Here you go, write a poem. Okay. I called it Thrice Captured. Serendipitous this, timely, divine. Summer escapee slipped free, anticipating autumn. Free-fall flight suspended, caught, confined, quiescent. Arrested by arachnid's craft, nature's design. Then plucked, preserved in pictures, yours, and captured in words, mine.
Thank you so much, Pam. All right, I'm taking this back there with me so I don't have to keep walking up and down and up and down. Please welcome someone who was featured here when we first started the series and drives a ways to get here. It's always a pleasure that you make the trip. Sharon Smith.
So turtles, interesting, and pianos both in this poem. It's called Elmer.
Next life, if I get to choose between turtle or rabbit, I will choose turtle. I love turtles. I love their serious demeanor. I love how they take their time getting from place to place. I want to move with that deliberate steadiness, that unhurried gait. I've always loved turtles. When I was 5 or maybe 6, I caught one at the creek, kept him for months, fed him flies. He was the size of a soup spoon's bowl, lovely orange streaks along his throat. I named him Elmer, after Uncle Elmer, Dad's twin. I would take him out of his tank for walks on the floor, on my bed, outside on the driveway. In my parents' room, we had an old piano, secondhand, upright Gulbranson, missing 2 black keys. One day I took Elmer out to walk the keyboard, and he fell into the abyss where F sharp was supposed to be. One minute he was there, the next he wasn't. My father and I, my mother and father and I searched. We opened the upper panel, the lid, checked behind the strings, the muffler felt, the hammer rail. Couldn't find him. 2 weeks later, I heard a soft rattling sound and saw Elmer's head sticking out of that F-sharp gap. I pulled him out. He was alive, but never again the same carefree fellow he had been before his lost days. And 2 shorter ones that are fairly new. They may not even be finished. One's called We Bless Our Children. It doesn't matter if they're 4 or 54. We bless the planes they fly in, push urgent wishes out to the universe for good weather, light winds, sober pilots. We bless them like this, even if we don't believe in blessings. Whether they're 4 or 54, we pray the streets they travel are safe. We want them to get their flu shots, stop at every red light, eat vegetables. We pray their days are safe and healthy and happy. We pray this even if we don't believe in prayer. And when they become parents, we bless their parenting. And we bless the planes their children fly in. We push urgent wishes out to the universe for good weather, light winds, sober pilots. We bless them like this, even if we don't believe in blessings. We pray their children are safe and well and happy, and we pray this even if we don't believe in prayer. So I have a granddaughter who's flying to Florida in a couple of weeks, so you can see where the incentive for that. And I have one other very short one. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I took a short online workshop with Annie Finch on meter, and I have no formal training in poetry, so it was really all fascinating and really interesting to me. And this is called bird meter. Some birds seem to sing in iambic or anapest. Others choose the less hopeful trochee or dactyl. I don't know if their choices reflect their moods or their general outlooks. If I were a bird, most days I would choose a rising meter. Maybe mix a little iambic trimeter with a side of iambic dimeter, like an old-fashioned limerick. But then some days, when the sadness has taken me, I would switch to a falling meter, something more, well, bleak. Some woodpeckers in my neighborhood sound an endless train of spondee, bang their heads over and over and over. I know some people who seem to do that too.
Rewrite. There are days I feel the wind blowing through the center of my chest. Days I am consumed with my story. There are other days when I am happy to be free, not bound forever in a mismatched 3-legged race. Two eccentrics growing old in a falling down house, sniping at each other. Maybe there'd be a cat. My heart is held together with plaster of Paris and poster paints. Pinpricks of sun show through. When I awaken for a minute, I don't remember the thing that breaks my heart. Bless the morning, the days you get out of bed and face the New England winter. Bless the getting dressed, the packing lunch. Praise for the coffee, the cornbread, the quiet before the day starts. Bless the lost things. One white gold earring from a pair your sister gave you. The cross from your confirmation. The dragonfly pendant your daughter's boyfriend gave her. And the replacement you bought so he wouldn't know she lost it. Praise to the shards of light showing through the cracks, the bones that are stronger where the break set. Bless the edit, the rewrite.
I said I wasn't going to walk back up here again. But I have to say, so the next person on the list is Susie. Kate and Susie are going to be featured here. We have to set the date. And then what's interesting is that, so Kate is going to be featured here. Sharon has been featured here. Claire has been featured here. Susie's going to be featured here. Mara's been featured here. Bill has been featured here. We have an all-star crew here today. I like that. Please welcome longtime friend Susie Lamson.
You know, you get inspiration from various things. And I saw something once, and all of a sudden, I just said I had to write it. At the restaurant, that tag, that shirt label that pokes white at his nape like a bare billboard along the interstate. Small in the grand scheme of things, but from an overview, seeing the back of his head, the straggle of gray hairs needing a cut, or at least a loving reminder that untucked label looms large, shouts lonesome, louder than any table for one. And again, another inspiration is my daughter was working as a geriatric health worker, and she told me a story about a quilter. So I then made up a story about the quilter because of what the quilter told about her life. Ben's been gone for 3 winters, died while butchering the hog. We lived in the country, 20 minutes from town, married 60 years. The kids are gone, live out of state. I stay pretty much to myself nowadays, take care of the garden and chickens, haul firewood from the shed, and I quilt. Been quilting since I was 20. I've made many coverlets for my 3 boys and 6 grandkids. Double wedding ring, Garden of Eden, log cabin. Gifts for birthdays, graduations, and weddings. Last winter, I sifted through Ben's flannel shirts, frayed collars, worn at the elbows, but still sturdy on the front and back. Sorted them by colors and patterns, the plaids he wore outdoors, the stripes he wore to work, the solids to church. Cut the materials into squares and triangles, pieced and sewed me a quilt. It's done now, soft and warm like Ben. When I'm under it, I feel like he's hugging me. And I want to read one more poem. Bed partners. You should know that I was widowed 6.5 years ago. Since you died, the queen-size bed feels even bigger, but I don't sleep alone. I sleep with men whose soft words lull me, with women too, sometimes both, or more than one in tandem on this wide mattress. Satisfied in smiles, I drift to sleep. When morning comes, I caress the covers, replace them carefully in my arranged order back on the bookshelves.
Thank you, Susie. Please welcome Mar Walker.
I want to thank you all. I came kind of tired and a little sad, and all of your words were just wonderful. It was really wonderful. I have no idea if I can sing. I haven't sung all day. The pond is cold and clear. I can see pine needles on the bottom from here. White pine reach straight to the sky. Ah, their roots are twisted, but their eyes are dry. I tried too hard, I was far too kind. I let you talk me right out of my mind. You wore me smooth like a wishing stone. You say you love me well, here I am. You say you love me well, it's right here I stand. If you love me then, why do I stand here alone? Children taps down on my roof. The sound brings back memories that ache like a bad tooth. Doesn't get better, never quite goes away. Maybe I better find me a dentist today. I tried too hard, I was far too kind. I let you talk me right out of my mind. Wore me smooth like a wishing stone. You say you love me, well here I am. You say you love me, well it's right here I stand. If this is love, then why do I stand here alone? Cathedral Ledge is a good place to cry. It's a place of healing where the heart can fly. White mountains in their blanket of snow make you forget the love that had to go. When you look up at the stars at night, you know your heart will be alright. Though it's worn as smooth as a wishing stone. slept a million years or more, my brother. I slept while all my special bluebirds passed me by. I slept and slept, and that old weeping willow tree hung down his weary head to cry. Ooh, time rolls on. Give this world more than a glance. Drink the wine and dance your dance. Give your life another chance before it's gone. Oh, I've seen the wildflowers and all the trash along the highway. Ah, life is messy and the sky is not always blue. I think the grass will have to be green enough here where we're standing. Despite fire and flood, hope comes shining through. Ooh, time rolls on. Give this world more than a passing glance. Drink the wine and dance your special dance. Give your life another chance before it's gone. I don't bother with fake rose-colored glasses. The world is here with all its many colors and its shades of gray. When my little old candles burned all down to ashes, I hope you will hear me say, ooh, time rolls on. Give this world more than a passing glance. Drink the wine and dance your special dance. Give your life another chance before it's gone. Before it's gone.
Thank you all. Thank you, Faith. I have two ekphrastic poems. The first one is based on a single-minute lyric guitar solo of Jimi Hendrix. It's called Waterfall. I remember the waterfall, how it spoke, how close I listened, how it was the same and different from the rainbow calling. Each drop tussled in collision, the very shape of water disappearing within itself into the midnight pool. I watched the fall make me see soul space, unfilled place I did not then know, but now sense where 1,000 informs sway the wishbone wood's periphery. Into this floating world I slip, source of nothingness, space, time, cause cannot touch, to inhale the unspannable. And the water still falls on to the dew point where all souls condense. Now I'm going to stretch the definition of ekphrastic a little bit. and base it on a TV series that you probably all know, judging from this crowd. Gilligan's Island.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure you all remember Gilligan and the skipper and the professor and Mary Ann and Ginger and, you know, the millionaire and his wife. I'm not going to sing the whole thing. I can't, am I? This is called A Young Man's Quandary. To every man, the moment to decide. Be ye sure time and choice favor no man. Veronica, Betty, Martha, Mary, kid be wary, they all know more than you. In the iron grasp of God's existential plan, there's a quandary posed to every young man. A metaphor we guys all understand. Is it Ginger or is it Mary Ann? Button cute or naughty smoking firebrand? Cartier shimmer or down-home denim? Screen siren glamour or the girl next door? Farm girl gingham or satin vamp vixen? One can catch, clean, cook, and feed you the fish. One halts the sun in a Tinseltown preen. Would you risk the devil in a blue dress, the drama queen, or sunny dairy queen? Is it Ginger or is it Mary Ann?
Thank you all. Thank you for your voices. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Remember, we're collecting donations to help pay the poet who drove all the way from upper state New York. Where'd you put it? On the back table, right?
Yeah, it is.
So the hat is back there if you haven't donated. And chill. Yeah, I'm not going to throw you out. So hang out, talk to each other. Otherwise, have a great day, and thank you. All right.